Alright, in this video I'd like to look at how we can make a player move around and explore a larger world. Right, so this is my actual program, and this player right now can only see this view, right, this one platform. But as I move around, I can explore, I can move right through the world, or I can move left through the world, and I can explore anywhere in this beautiful world that I have. Okay, so how do we implement this? Well, the first thing we got to do is we got to plan out our world, right? And all the objects in your world, the player, the ground, platforms, anything else you want to have in your world, they all need to have world coordinates. By world coordinates, where are they positioned in this map of my world? So this platform has an x coordinate of 200 in the world. This one has an x coordinate of 400, 600, 800, 1000, 1200, etc. Right? My player is currently at 200 in the world. So all of the objects need to have world coordinates. Where do they exist in this world? Then on my canvas that I'm drawing for my program, I'm only going to draw a part of the world as determined by this view. Right? So this red square here is my imaginary view, and what I draw on my canvas is whatever's inside of this view. So you can see, right? Everything's here. This platform's at 200. It's at 200 on my canvas. The player's here. This is exactly my view on the world at position 0. So I'm seeing everything from position 0 here on my canvas as well. And it looks great. Okay. Now, the idea, though, is that my view should be able to move around in the world, and the view will have world coordinates relative to the player. So in this example, my view x, which right now is 0, right? My view, the x coordinate of my view, and we just have to create this variable. It's always going to be 200 less than the x coordinate of my player. So as I move this player around, right, my player is at 300, take away 200, my view is at 100. Right? 300 take away 200 is 100. So it's always going to be 355, take away 200, I'm at 155. Right? So we want to do that where the player, so I'm just trying to get a nice even number here. Come on. 350, there we go. 350 take away 200 is 150. Right? And I'm going to draw whatever's inside of this view. Now, how do we draw what's inside of the view? Right? Because if I try to draw this platform at 200, it's going to be drawn over here, but I need it to be drawn over here at 50. Well, again, it's just simple subtraction. Whenever we want to draw our world objects, right? So we have objects in our world, we want to draw them onto the canvas, we have to figure out the object's canvas coordinates. And we can do that using the world coordinates of the object and where the view is. So if I want to find the x value of a wall on the canvas, I take where the wall is in my world, right, its x coordinate in the world, and subtract the x coordinate of the view, right? My wall here is, or my platform here is at 200. My view is at 150. 200 take away 150 is 50, right? This platform should be 50 pixels from the left of my canvas. Boom, right here, draw it at 50, right? This platform is at 400. 400 take away 150 is 250, and you'll see that this platform is drawn at 250, right? How far is it from the left edge? And we can just do that by doing simple subtraction. Okay, the world coordinate, take away the x coordinate of the view, will give you the coordinate on the canvas that it should be drawn at. Okay, so that's the basics. So everything's got a world coordinate, but before you draw your world objects, you have to convert them to the canvas coordinates by subtracting the position of your view. And your view changes as your player moves around, right? So this is 600. Well, 600 take away 565 should give me a difference of 35. Bam, we draw this at 35 right here. Okay, it's as simple as that, right? It's not complicated math. We're just doing subtraction. One thing to remind you of is remember to constrain the view so it can't leave the world, right? This view x it can't be less than 0. And it shouldn't be, its width is 400, so it shouldn't be greater than 1400 because my world is up to 1800, right? So as I move left, the view shouldn't go less than 0, right? So what I'm doing here is once my player goes less than 200, It'll be like, oh, 150 take away 200 is negative 50. And you're like, no, 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 view, you can't be negative. But go back to 0. Right? Oh, 100 take away 200 is negative 100. No, 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 you got to stay at 0. But once we go back here, 235 take away 200 is 35, then it can move with me again. And then the same thing on this side as well. Right? Constrain it. And then constrain your player so it can't leave the world as well. But that view shouldn't leave the world, the player shouldn't leave the world. And that's it. There's different techniques that I've done to try to do this idea of scrolling through a world. This is by far one of the best techniques, and I hope you find it pretty easy to implement. All right. Hope that made sense. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video.